Hello there and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our Thrawn's Revenge 3.3 preview playthrough as the New Republic. In the last episode, we started our dances with Yevethan, but we've also nearly finished dealing with the Imperial forces in the area. So we just need to take... Oh, fuck. I forgot to cancel their stupid enemy building. Not finishing that. There we go. Now we can come over here. And we will build cheesecake and I'll be tender to your hardpoint, which again, I think that's going to get the videos demonetized. No, where do we have more ground production? Because I think I want to have another army that's at least starting to build, so we'll be ready to invade the CSA.
Constructing unit.
And T2s, we don't need that many T2s. And artillery and V-wings. How big is the fleet on Epian? It's just the Nebula Star Destroyer. I wonder if it makes more sense to go in through Oron or up through Mario for some pecks. Alright, let's invade on Odic. Take Odic. And we need to wait out the repairing on the Viscount this time. No more jumping in with the damaged Viscount. Soon we'll be able to get Wedge as well, though. We should be close on the ship crew front for that.
Be right there. You'll find I'm full of surprises.
Okay, you get artillery, P2s, and RAFs.
Yes.
Oh, we can get some fun scouting at least.
What's up? Heading to position.
And let's go to the other landing zone up there with
On
Kyle.
the move. Awaiting
Oh,
orders.
he's probably stuck in the units.
I'm
Oh
with
well.
you.
Okay.
Stay close to me.
Oh, this is it's one of the
Standing by.
super speeder ones.
Engines activated.
We've located the enemy.
Right away. Yes.
Okay, you're free finally, Kyle. Now you can get up there. Your poor wasted sprint. Or you know what? Let's see if we can get up. Is this one of the... Not as good.
Right away.
I copy.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, let's see if Kyle can handle that. Luke, I think, is okay on this side. Okay, let's capture the landing zone. And then, can you shoot everyone up there? You have AI blaster. Okay. Get out of there. What is actually shooting at Luke? That turret.
Be right there. Heading there now. Reporting. Awaiting your signal.
Okay. Oh shit, that's a turbo AT-AT.
Ready. Ready to go. Fall out, troops.
Copy. You can count on me. I'll be there. I understand.
Okay, I'm gonna get Luke out of here. We'll send him back later.
What do you need?
I was really hoping to grab this landing zone with Kyle. This is where I'd actually like to drop stuff.
Target sighted.
R2, are you alright?
Run, Luke, run.
Ready for orders.
They're after me.
Luke, you'll be fine. Just don't stop at those.
Yes, sir.
Hostiles.
Okay, let's just get out of there entirely.
Heading out, sir. Roger that.
Yes, Commander.
Now deploy.
What's the mission?
Okay, we're gonna need to
Maximum unit capacity.
Ready
reassess.
for action.
Standing by, sir.
You stop there and deploy.
Yes.
There you go.
Let's get going. Ordering now.
Guess we'll capture the abandoned factory then, because we're no longer in a rush to get up there.
Constructing.
Get a field base.
We've captured an
Skywalker
abandoned
reporting.
We'll let Luke finish his healing. I get a direct 3D error. If you are getting direct 3D errors when playing EaW, are you tabbing in and out when playing in full screen mode? Because that will definitely do that. If you're playing Empire War, it's basically always better to play in window mode.
Heading to position. All weapons low. Yes.
You definitely never want to be playing full screen and then tapping in and out,
Proceeding with caution.
because that'll cause issues all day.
build pad. Sensor node constructing.
Yes, sir.
Well, I literally always play in Windows. I guess except on the Steam Deck that time.
I copy.
Wonder if I can hit
Computers
both of
locked
you
on
with that.
target.
Standing by. On the move.
Ooh. Not ideal. Did we get any bombs off? Barely.
Should be easy. Keep
Oh.
going.
Guess we gotta try to get up there with that.
Reporting in.
And Luke, you're gonna have to come up and help with this too.
You'll find I'm full of surprise. Destroyed.
Firing.
Yes.
Well, luckily that Turbo AT-AT isn't
We've secured
looking great. I don't like that they're sending
Moving ahead.
the XR-85 down here either.
Engines primed.
Yeah,
Torpedo
turn
launch
around on
also.
that.
Roger that.
I'm with you.
What I might need to do
Reporting.
is actually deploy you here, and
Initiating ground assault.
they,
Cancelled.
if they're backing off, then I won't do that.
Ready for action. Moving out.
Okay. I might have to hold on to that as an insurance policy. Not that I love insurance, but I'm gonna need it here.
Ready.
No, what are you doing? You're not supposed to go that far up. Oh well.
Roger that. Let's move out.
You'll still at least be able to attack more that
On
way
my
then.
way.
Awaiting orders. I come.
You back off.
I'm here, sir. Ready. I
Our
come.
base is under attack.
Turn you into a little Healy boy. Oh shit, I never actually finished that.
We've secured a build.
Artillery online. Beginning attack.
Yes, sir.
That was necessary.
I copy.
Yeah, you better look away.
Construction.
What's up?
So much for the insurance policy of that. Alright, let's get the Moth Palace with Luke, and this time actually use the whole thing. If I had just paid attention properly to the fact that I hadn't killed the whole thing, wouldn't have had to use that. Not it.
We've lost a build pad.
Over there.
Let's get over to the repairs. Kyle, where are you?
Enemy sighted. No problem.
Kyle, can you come and
This should be fun.
slice and dice that?
Yes, sir. Target sighted. All weapons low. T4P ready.
we got those now. Let's get them up to the structure. And where else do we need to bombard?
Right away, sir.
Cancelled.
Nowhere?
Always ready, sir. Scanning area.
We have the spotters. You guys go down to this corner and tell me if there's anything that I need to kill. Then we can bombing run down there. Luke, go for the for the barracks, not garrison. Kyle,
Moving.
is there anything down here? Nope, there's nothing.
Yes, sir. Commencing attack.
All right, so that should be it.
Target locked.
So now the only thing we have that's a problem in this side of the galaxy are the Yevethan. The Empire's not going to be able to take more planets.
Control achieved.
We just need to stop them from taking anything in space. Because they are using a rampaging fleet setup rather than proper AI. So the Yevethan will be getting their proper AI back in this release. 3 more hero replacements remain.
Researching.
How's the Viscount or the Mediator research? It's actually pretty close. So we'll get Bel Iblis.
Assault frigate here.
Construction complete.
It's 421. What's the Viscount's health at? 79? Okay. Still need to do 2. Maybe if they can't ground assault? Correct. They're using the rampaging fleet script setup that I think the Death Star uses in the base game. Because when they didn't have their own faction slot and they couldn't have their own AI, that was the way that Jorah got around that. But once they're... Oh, cool, that was enough to roll it over. Yeah, once they have their proper faction slot back, they can have a proper AI, which will allow them to do proper ground assaults. They're not going to be playable again in this upcoming release, but they are going to be able to win the ground battles again. Like invade. It'll be a full faction once again. How are we looking chart-wise too? I think we might actually be above everyone. Yeah, CSA is at 12%, Empire at 12. Apes at 6, Greater Maldrude at 9. He's only at 14.
At your command.
Construction complete.
Moving out.
The B-Wing research is worth getting. I want to keep the money mostly for Wedge right now. Once we have the Lusankia building, then we will grab that.
Move out.
I'll probably put all these together and put them on a Epian with that force. What's the ion cannon? Okay.
Building started.
Also getting more of these defenses.
Beginning construction.
T2B over.
So you know, let's just keep moving these over to the Kuat because that's closer to the staging area, without having to move my screen over.
Construction complete.
And we got the heavy carrier research too. Getting Bel Iblis back.
Artillery online.
And oh, actually, you know what I can do?
Tactical battle imminent.
Is cry about that. Got the ion cannon.
Building cancelled.
Gaversum,
Research
I want you on
complete.
Bilbringy.
On our way.
That'll cheapenize it.
Backup.
Tactical battle imminent.
Destination acknowledged.
That's 416. That's 385. So what specifically do they have? They have 5 of the carrier thrust ships. Not quite on the same level as the community challenge versions that kind of saved me with their ridiculous setup. Then 12 of the regulars. They have the Executor and they have the comms battleship. So I don't think they're going to be able to get full pop in either setup. Well, those might be 80 altogether. They probably are 80 altogether. I could have just looked at the pop cap for them.
Ion cannon firing.
Make way.
Stuff you're looking for: Ray Ghost, Tempest,
Course.
Russia, Wookiee fighters, all angry.
Yes, Commander.
Let me just shoot at all of them.
Destroy that target. Yes. Fire all cannons.
Between the extra shield damage and the ion cannon shutting them down,
Fully operational. Take aim.
we should be at a pretty significant advantage with the Viscount versus the Executor.
Rendezvous at Mark 6.
Even if it's
Commander.
not the greatest for firing arcs necessarily. I don't think.
Awaiting orders.
Weapons ready. Open fire. Ready for command. Hold on.
The fighter situation is less than ideal for us. We're already at like half shields there and they got
Endurance
nothing.
on station.
Calling for me, sir.
I might even just want to keep all our fighters and bombers over here rather than trying to use them as bombers.
We are fully operational.
Stay in attack formation.
I'd almost want their shields to be down before we
Rendezvous.
Endurance class at your disposal.
before we
sir.
get the next ion shot.
Need to break off.
Bring them
Target
down.
at maximum firepower. That's it. Scratch one.
Because if we get the disabling damage or the just energy drain on it,
Blast. My stabilizers work.
Start of the nerve on standby.
Stay in attack formation.
we just shut it down for longer.
Yes, Commander.
Power to shields. This is where shit gets more dangerous for the rest of the ships.
Awaiting
Don't want
orders.
to be that close. You definitely don't want to be that close.
We are fully
No reason for you to be this
operational.
close.
Start of the nerve on standby.
Endurance on station.
That's it. Scratch one.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, we're still like basically full shields. I do wonder if they will bother sending in Purity after this.
Destroy that target.
Give the word.
Okay, let's see if we can save Tempest.
Your word is my command, sir.
Swing around.
We are fully operational. Technoctors ahead of me.
Hmm,
The nerve on standby.
probably not.
Endurance class at your disposal,
Yes,
sir.
Commander. Take aim.
This is definitely when I'd prefer having a fleet of more small ships than just the giant Viscount.
Reporting.
Can I just send you southeast
We are
there?
fully operational.
Try to take out
Batteries.
all the weapons on this side.
Commencing engagement. Open fire on their weapon systems. Focusing all batteries. Commencing
Just keep going. Keep killing them. There's a non-zero chance they'll want to retreat.
Loosen up. They're coming around. Engagement.
Choose your reinforcements.
Agreed to. Full throttle.
That was the... Oh, did we just lose it? Yeah, we did.
Choose your
Oh well.
reinforcements.
I've got my approach.
Can at least bring in Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death now. We can bring in No Regrets
I've got it lined up.
and Tequila Sunrise.
That's it.
Yeah, ideally I would have wanted Regrab in this as well, but I think we're ultimately still doing better with
Scratch one. Focusing all batteries.
better than I expected, really, without it. I'm not 100% sure if they can retreat with the raid setup and with the AI that the faction has. Like, I think the independent factions can't retreat, but I also just want to be safe.
Try and draw their fire.
Awaiting
Oh, shit.
orders.
No, you're in trouble.
Fully operational. I can't maneuver.
Endurance
Get out of
on
there.
station.
And you should probably get out of there, too.
On standby. Yes, Commander. That's it. Scratch one. Disable.
Need to go back to my microing.
Focus fire on
My
their batteries.
lovely, lovely microing.
Commencing
My
engagement.
microwaves.
Open fire on their weapon systems. Focusing all batteries. Focusing all.
Try to wait enough time between each click that
Destroy that target.
the salvo gets off,
They're coming around.
but I don't have a stopwatch.
Disable their guns.
It's more of a
Focus fire on
more of
their
an art
batteries.
than a science.
Give the word.
We are fully operational. Commencing
Like, luckily we have enough money to replace any losses we take,
their weapon systems.
but we only have
Has been vented. Seal it off.
3 lives per ship, so it's
Take aim. Target's coming in fast.
I don't necessarily want to throw them away. Alright, better than the Liberty.
We're on the move.
The poor Gab doesn't get to partake. There's too many units in the fleet. Speedy Peregrine. I don't think we have to worry about them killing stuff on this side anymore, to be honest.
Commencing engagement.
Awaiting
Yeah, maybe that kind of unit we do.
Focusing all batteries. Destroy that target.
And we'll be able to get this probably without losing anything ourselves.
We are fully operational.
Though I don't think the units that they have on Enzoth still are able to attack that way.
We're drawing their fire. Ready for duty.
Like, I think
Where to, Commander?
those are just fully stationary units.
Weapons armed. Ready to engage. Targeting at maximum firepower. Target those lasers.
So I don't think we can bait them into like another attack zone.
On standby.
I just have to go with what we have with that.
Yes, Commander.
Reporting in. Attacking your target.
Yes, Commander. Lasers are our target.
Hmm.
I've got my approach vector.
Warm up.
Enemy unit disabled.
Bombers.
Yes, we are fully
Go for the back
operational.
corner.
Primary target. Commander, on standby. That's it.
Dauntless here.
Like, one of the things that we've talked at least once every 6 months about doing with the independents is allowing them to build, and then we'd have to give them, like, we'd have to make a government building for each kind of intended grouping of people who are in the warlord or independent faction grouping, so that, like, we could put something on, let's say, independent Bakura. It would have to have a Bakuran government building, which we can use as a prereq for the Bakuran units. So if you leave Bakura as an independent planet for too long, like, it'd be able to build up more and more, so it'd be harder to take as the game progresses.
Switch pattern.
Standing by.
Assault Brigadier.
Okay, it's starting to all turn enough that it can get enough damage on the other units.
Fully operational.
I'm in range.
This might take some
Focusing all batteries.
more microing, some more micro-loading.
Commander standing by. Target those lasers. Lasers are target.
Guard of the nerve on standby.
Then we just give him an AI that builds units but doesn't attack.
Commencing engagement.
Because otherwise, if they attack and then they had to like build up those planets, then they'd start mixing again, and that's
Awaiting
not
orders.
the end goal.
Target those lasers.
Guard of the nerve on standby.
We definitely don't want the Yevethan Bakura mix.
That's it. Scratch one.
Destroy that target. Yes, Commander.
It's not difficult to set that up, like it's definitely possible. It's just a little bit tedious, and it hasn't really been super high on the priority list, because there's something else I want to do that will encourage attacking the independents first. If they just sat there building up all game and then
We are fully operational.
Dauntless heavy cruiser reporting.
became even harder to attack, people would be less likely to take them. But I do want... There's something else I have in mind that will make them more attractive targets, so the player has more of an incentive to not just leave them to sit and build up.
Ion cannon available. Ion cannon firing.
Is that...
Commander. Focus fire on their
I
batteries.
think that might die. Need to stop those.
We are fully operational. Commencing engagement.
Before any of these get more in range,
Commander?
please.
Yes, Commander.
Guard of the nerve
I don't know that
on
that we can really do as much about that.
commencing engagement. Open fire on their weapon system.
I just gotta hope the Executor was the threat. 'Cause we're getting shields back on it.
Lasers linked and ready.
No, they're going for it now.
Firing.
This isn't looking good.
Yeah.
Our shields are down.
Form up.
Never mind.
Yes, Commander. Focusing all batteries.
I mean, for killing
All batteries.
an Executor class, we didn't lose that much.
We are fully operational.
Increase to full throttle. That's got him. Increase to full throttle. Yes, sir.
Ready to combat.
Waiting
Try
order.
not to let one get tailed.
Like ultimately, I think the way the Imperial forces start to integrate more as the game goes on, I think people have generally responded well to that. So there may be some elements of that elsewhere. Like I think it's positive for how the campaign flow goes. If
Commander. Destroy
there's a bit more integration and unification of enemy fleets towards the end game, so that you don't like there's still an incentive to kind of pick away at different people for most of the game, but then towards the end you can still get more of a threat out of at least someone. So there are a few other places where kind of have that in mind.
I've got my approach vector.
We are victorious.
We are victories. Gotta stretch, and look, we are doing it. We're cracking everything. Okay, we lost better than the Liberty, Grey Ghost, Little Russia, and Tempest. But we killed all of the other roving stuff. Question is it then better to just go into Polnai and Yenzoth? Well, we can definitely go into Enzoth,
reporting.
or Polnai, rather.
Moving to coordinates.
Research complete.
Coordinates received.
Need more hero replacements. Actul has Mediator. But we're gonna have Garm with Mediator, maybe.
Researching.
Mincelonian Fire.
Tactical battle imminent.
Yeah, so it the way we killed the Executor last there meant we couldn't really bring it in.
Enemy is approaching.
The bombs battleship. So I don't know if did it show up in the losses? Because it might, the way the rampaging fleets work, it might just kill it that way.
Changing heading.
I'm not 100% sure.
Order confirmed.
Fleet moving.
Or it might just be in the middle of a retreat.
Fully operational.
Your command, sir.
Star Defender on standby.
Wing of the blaster. Moving at those coordinates, sir.
Moving up.
That means, sadly, if that's the case,
Commander.
we won't get to see it. But if it's on its way back to Enzoth, then we will get to see it.
On your order. Where to, Commander? Take out those turbo lasers.
Roger that.
We are fully operational. Star Defender on standby. Yes, Commander.
Form up.
Reporting in. We'll take them out.
Destroyer here. Destroy.
Dauntless here.
Y-wing standing by.
We've done a pretty good job fortifying the other
We are fully
parts of
operational.
I copy.
the other borders.
Standing by.
Star Defender on
So once we're through with this,
commencing engagement.
if we
For duty, Commander. Let's take out those missiles.
position this, like, we can easily split this into 2, maybe 3 fleets. I want to make sure we use, like, different fleets for different campaigns, so it's not just the same ships being used all the time. But we'll probably put these guys in the middle, closer to, like, Cape in space,
Yes, Commander.
and then kind of closing around it. We definitely need another fleet over where
In attack formation.
Abat is, near the PA. I don't think I want to go into the PA with just one fleet there.
Attack formation.
So we also have that fleet at Corson that's going to go a little bit north from that position. My eye is weird. I just don't know what that is going to open up yet.
Machine cruiser reporting.
So we'll need to do like a border review session.
Yes, Commander. Firing on your target.
I don't think we'll lose Beacon of Freedom.
We are fully operational.
Now that it's the only thing left to shoot at. Yeah, we're good.
Await your orders.
Don't forget about me is not being forgotten.
Yes, sir.
The missile launchers are the primary target.
Is there anything? No, that's just a bomber squadron. Okay. I think that's probably an auto result. But first we're gonna save. So yeah, we have one fleet up here. We have one fleet right there. We have another fleet over here, and we have another fleet up there. So if we can throw in like another fleet just on this spine going up into PA territory, and another fleet over in like middle for Haven territory, then that probably works out best. Like the thing that's protecting us right now is we have very few access points that don't have a large fleet or an independent planet nearby. So that's why we've been able to focus on these other planets without getting harassed too much. Like, they've all kind of split each other up, especially in that middle portion, where
Research complete.
like there's 2 Hapen planets there, 2 Hapen planets there, 2 CSA planets there. The Maldrude territory is pretty united, but like they can really only attack us in 1 or 2 places. We're gonna put all those from Kuat at Abhian, but I think it makes sense to put it with Sov.
Coming around.
Oh yeah, we also have this fleet. Forgot about this fleet. So you know what? I think Sov, you can go on that fleet. That's fine.
Construction complete.
I Artillery online.
All right. Yeah, I think we're auto-resolving Polnai.
Right away.
Probably auto-resolve this as well, because, yeah, it's just the barracks and stuff.
Construction complete.
You sneaky man. We're gonna send sneaky man up into the
C-90
PSA, I
Star
think.
Cruiser reporting.
And you know what? Let's get Actual.
Researching. Construction complete. Construction complete.
I'll remove some of these ships
E2B over.
because we're not necessarily gonna use all ships in this attack. I want to make sure we have Regab. It's more important to have Regab
Invasion
than to have that extra support.
System control achieved.
Order acknowledged.
Will Leia ever get a lightsaber in the way later eras once those get added in? You will at some point be able to train Leia as a Jedi.
Again.
Heading to destination.
She will eventually fit in that.
Battle imminent.
Okay, we'll need to move back to Lana. Okay, we'll finish this battle, and then we'll figure out the exact line of attack for every remaining fleet.
The enemy has been spotted.
Choose
Can I
your
get in over
reinforcements.
there and hit the shipyard? If we can hit the shipyard first,
We're moving out.
and we'll do some return journeys.
We're on the way.
Moving to same grid coordinates, sir.
Let's go.
Maximum
Yes, Commander. Focusing all batteries. Take aim.
That's Black 15, it's Dreadnought Shipyard.
We are fully operational.
Roger that. Attacking.
Your order, sir?
Start of the none on standby.
Okay, it's looking like we should be able to hit the whole thing from here. It'll take a little while for Armadia to get over to us, but the Nilspar combat bonus is pretty decent. Like, the amount of damage they're going to get out of Ruthless alone, they'll take more damage themselves, but could put us
Fully operational.
Former.
in a rough place once they get here. You're what, 168 pop? Okay, you know what?
The none on standby.
Even if we lose half the shields, we might be able to get through it.
Take aim.
What's your shield power? 47,000 shields for you, 90,000 for us.
Yes, Commander.
No big deal.
Destroyer.
We also have the command bonus from Regab, who's tier 5.
Commander. We are fully operational.
Yes, Admiral. We'll show. We're ready, Admiral.
Your word is my command, sir.
What we might do,
Move on.
destroy the shipyard, retreat, send Luke and Kyle in to take the planet,
Engagement.
and then come back for the
Disable that
Under fire.
Armadia.
Focusing all batteries. We are fully operational.
Commander, move to attack.
Start of the none on standby.
Looks like the whole don't lose
We shall be there shortly.
half shields plan isn't gonna work out. Which hard points are you hitting with that?
Focus fire on their batteries.
I do not know.
Yes, Admiral. We are moving to engage. Reported. Engaging the enemy.
We are fully operational.
Do you need to destroy the shipyard to send Luke and Kyle in?
Destroy that target.
If I want to destroy it, then yeah. Because otherwise, like, I think if I took the planet with the shipyard still intact, I'd get the shipyard, and I don't want to cheat that much.
Take aim.
Scanner contact behind me.
Commencing engagement. Start of alert. On stand.
I want to at least say I did the hard parts. I'm not taking advantage of a bug. I'm taking advantage of extra strategies. So I might get Black 15 this way, but Black 15 I don't think has a garrison. So it's... Though I'm not 100% sure, since we're going to be launching the attack, whether the Yevethans might get the station, like the secondary stations anyways. I don't think taking them on the ground, I don't think that replaces, or that destroys the secondaries, only the primary station. And then the affiliation would just go to either the planet owner or the defender. And I can never remember which way it exactly works.
There's nothing we can't handle.
On my way.
Did I save before that? I think I did. I just want to make sure before. Yeah, I did. Okay. Folks Mando's asking, what faction do you think never gets enough love from the fans?
Construction
I think the
complete.
CSA... Oh shit, I didn't move the... Heck. Hey, they're doing it again. Yeah, like, I think the... I think the CSA has more fun stuff going on with them than a lot of players give them credit for. This is a bit easier to deal with. So we need to...
Best possible speed.
that first, then this.
Invasion commencing.
Yeah, it'll be a bit easier to deal with this version of the fleet, I think. With the bigger emphasis on like the vendors and stuff. I just don't want to give up the ground to space cannon.
Choose your reinforcements.
I'm on it.
Roger that. This should be fun.
Great to have you with us, Commander Skywalker.
It was good
I'll
to
help any way
have
I
you.
can.
Are the CSA canon? They're not in... Like, I think the corporate sector
Ready for action.
is in new canon. I'm not sure if you mean like canon to Legends or canon as in brought back to new canon.
Fire. Heading out.
The
Moving
corporate
out.
sector authority as it exists in Legends doesn't exist in canon. There are other corporate groups that exist in new canon, but not the CSA itself with like the same setup. I saw a bunch of people who thought the CSA was what was in Andor,
Secured a door.
and like I've even seen really big lore YouTubers making videos talking about the CSA now that they're in Andor, and that's not what's in Andor.
On my way.
And it made me very annoyed with
On the
channels that have like literally no idea. It's not like a difference in interpretation or something where they're doing some sort of analysis and they're getting things wrong. It's just like making shit up.
Roger that.
Transmit the order.
Yeah, the corporate sector and the authority were named in places, but like they haven't really been given the same fleshing out. It's like how the Havens exist, but aren't quite the same. As far as we know yet. I can't imagine if they do anything with the Havens that it'll actually be different. Technically not yet.
Order acknowledged. There is
And the stuff in Andor is absolutely not in the CSA.
enemy sighted. On my way. This should be fun.
I'm with you. The Force is my ally. I see you. Be right there.
Star 2! Ready to go. No problem.
Kyle, we'll just fucking stand there.
Yes, sir.
Here you go.
What do you need?
Stay close to me.
Roger that. Heading to position. On the move. Heading out.
Okay, I think we just have to destroy the structures and the
I'm here.
hero things.
Heading there now.
Shit. Is Kyle stuck now?
Let me help you. You can count on me. You'll find I'm full of surprises.
We'll have to go back up to get the... Last time I think it was Luke that got stuck, so it's
Understood.
time for Kyle to
As easy as bullseyeing womp rats. On my way.
be saved. I'm still pretty happy with how the Yevethan infantry came out.
Be right
I
there.
basically just kit bashed that off of shit that was already in the game. And that was like 10 years ago, but I don't feel any super strong desire to immediately redo them. Took a risk on that. Could have ended up with Luke stuck as well.
I'll help any way I can.
Kyle, can you just
Let's get going.
How can I help you? Over there. You got it. I see it. Be right there. There they are. I'll get them. Heading there now. You can count on me. I'll be there. I understand. I'm on it. Understood. I'm going. On my way.
do I risk?
We are victorious.
I do risk it.
Position conquered.
Our eternal thanks for rescuing us from those skull-headed freaks. It's not the same galaxy as the day they killed Moff Weblin, but we could do far worse than offer our service to you. As a token of our gratitude, our techs have salvaged a testbed that may prove quite useful. And we got the Raycal. Which will be even more helpful.
We've got them. Send reinforcements.
Is there a Star Wars YouTuber you dislike? I mean, there are other YouTubers who
Reinforcements.
things that in ways that I wouldn't necessarily do them myself, I guess.
Engines at full!
Move out.
Put it that way.
Reinforcements en route.
Take us in. We're inbound.
That's Fishious Rend. We will Andor.
Star Destroyer here.
Breedmer.
We're moving out.
Red Mirror. Death Star target practice. Not in this
Nebula
one.
class on standby. Majestic cruiser standing by.
Better than the Dauntless. AF2. Ina's back. Have a nice day. Pride of Deck.
Leading to location.
And Mexico.
Moving out. Waiting orders.
Will the Hudson Duskin League come out together or have separate releases? It's hard to say. Like, the huts are definitely going to be playable in point 4. Like, all the assets are basically done for that, so it's
Endurance class at your disposal.
it's hard to imagine a point 4 where the huts aren't becoming playable. The Yevetha, it really just depends what else we decide they need and how quickly that gets done. So, like, they have a pretty reasonable chance of becoming playable in point 4, but they're not going to be, like, an explicit goal in the same way as the huts are.
Weapons charged. Star Destroyer standing by.
There could be as many as, like, 3 new factions next time, but probably not.
All power to shield.
Endurance on station.
Like, the Chiss could end up coming before the Yevethans.
I hear you loud.
There's also going to be more work on, like, the Haven's next release, too. So it's still a little bit up in the air for those things.
Star Destroyer reporting in. We've got them on scopes.
I really just want all your hammers. That's all. Is that so much to ask?
Give the word.
Attack formation. Watch your 6. Fire.
Yes, Admiral.
Okay, hit the fighter bay on that guy. You yeah, you can just keep on with that. You have got the fighter bay on that one. Hit the engine so it doesn't get too far away. And then fighter bay, as we're doing that. And we want the fighter bay off of you.
Endurance class at your disposal, sir.
And then we just have the newer, better Venators, the Endurance class. So the more we just shut down their fighters, the better we're gonna look.
Awaiting orders.
I'm in range.
The Terrors being over here, not quite something I ever signed off on. Not that they weren't. Did the Chiss have any legend source ships, or are you guys gonna have to create them for the Ascendancy? We'll have to flesh them out, but like we have the design language figured out already, based on the Chiss ships we have in the Empire of the Hand.
Awaiting orders.
So stuff like the Phalanx, the Intigo, the Syndic, those are all basically our setup for the Chiss ships. Whenever people ask this, someone will end up asking about the new canon Chiss ship from the comic, but that is literally just like a traced upside down Mark Ross thing. So even if like more of the new canon does Chiss ships, even new canon is unlikely to use that as a basis for more. Like it was just weird comic tracing of other franchises. So while we are pulling some inspiration for like heroes and classifications and that kind of thing from the new canon, like Thrawn Ascendancy novels, and even some of the like minor factions for the Unknown Regions will be based on those. That ship design is not going to be factored in. And, like people have sometimes asked about like, oh, are you going to do like the Night Dragon or something? But we're treating that as a like, classification type situation. We didn't really get any explicit details about those ships in the books, and Timothy Zahn tried to keep that like as vague as possible on specifics as well. So like in the same way that we kind of expanded the definition of Battle Dragon into like X-class Battle Dragon, we'd be doing like this class Man of War, this class Night Dragon, that kind of thing. So the Thrawn Ascendancy stuff, basically the way we see it is when we have to make something up, if there is something that fits just as well from the other continuity, then it's fair game. Like, we're not going to be making up stuff for the Chiss that's like better than what Timothy Zahn had in mind. And when he was writing his books about the Chiss, he probably had those in mind as well. So like when those gaps have to be filled, that makes sense for us to use. But we're not going to be like supplanting legend stuff with canon where it doesn't. So in the situations where the later expanded universe authors did stuff with the Empire of the Hand or with the Chiss that Timothy Zahn didn't intend and gets contradicted by the Ascendancy trilogy, then that stuff as part of Legends would still generally take priority unless it's like so inconsequential as to not really make a difference. Thank you, Hugsmando, for the gifted sub, very appreciated. What's the new ship on the Penistar side? This is the Imperial cargo ship. I'm pretty sure this was in the 0.2 release. I assume that's what you're referring to.
Nebula class reporting in. Beginning our engagement.
That is their fleet tender. I really don't want to lose Ridmir.
I can't see him. I'll try and draw their fire. I'll try and draw their fire. I've got one on me. I've got him lined up. I can't see him. Should we go around for another pass? I've got my approach vector. I've got a fix. 3-2, full throttle. Come on, that's got him. Attack. Move on.
Star Destroyer here.
That's got him.
How do you feel if Lucasfilm or Disney used your ship designs? I mean, if they used mine, I wouldn't care. Like, I think that would be indicative of not great corporate practices and part of a bigger issue of them using other people's work without permission. But like, if they were to ask me, hey, can we use your stuff? I wouldn't say no. I don't know about the rest of the team. Legally, I think they're actually in the clear to use them from fan works like this, but it wouldn't actually happen.
Our target priority is the laser. Destroyer here.
Watch your six. Watch your six. Got one. I copy. I'm in range. Firing.
Copy.
I'll try and draw their fire. Hitting my unit in table.
Cruiser reporting. Jamming their sensors.
Get contact behind me. I got my approach vector. Switch pattern.
Fire at will. The lasers are our target.
I'll try and draw their fire.
Attacking.
Smash one. I'm in range. I'm in range.
Reporting.
You have engines left on anything? No. Okay. Just in case they were like try to retreat or something. Thank you, Esmond, for the 100 bits. Very appreciated.
Star Destroyer standing by.
Oh, they did have engines on that.
Firing. Engaging the
And they had engines on that.
Get behind them.
And they had engines on that. Okay, I was looking farther towards the back on these.
target priority is the
So I just missed 3 engines in a row. I think they get a prize for that.
Increase power to weapons. Star Destroyer reporting in.
That's it. Scratch one.
How did the World Devastators work before they were removed? Will they work the same way when they're being re-added? No, well, when they were removed, they were just like regular battle cruisers, and that's why they weren't just put back in with the new art. Because we want them to have proper abilities. So that's why it's been such a wait for them to come back, because we do want to make them function more as something unique. AF2 is dead. It's too bad.
Building under construction.
All right. That will be... We're going to open up the next episode with an invasion of Enzoth. But I think that is going to do it for tonight, both for the episode and for the stream. So hope you've all enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone.